Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. You are welcome live on the program, Biafra Discourse. I'm also Senator Peters, and tonight we're going to be looking at the political solution to indigenous people's agitation in Nigeria. As you all know that recently there are voices rising from among indigenous Nigerians, the Oduduwas, the Arewas, the Ijaws, the Biafrans, and different ethnic nationalities in Nigeria clamoring for self-determination. What that meant to them is something that we're going to talk about, but we're going to be focusing more on solution-based, because we've seen a lot of strategy being applied by different agitating groups, but some people are still skeptical about political solutions to all of this. We're taking this case study from the group of civil society groups cutting across different ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, who gathered on a press media briefing to appeal to the government of Nigeria, precisely the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to find political solution to Nnamdi Kanu's case and the agitation for Biafra and other agitating groups. Let me just, for record purpose, bring the video to you in case you missed it. Then when we come back, I'll be joined by my brother from South Africa, who is a Biafran presenting and speaking for de facto customary government of Biafra. When he comes in, you also will be free to make your submission known by calling the numbers on the screen or our usual numbers for live line broadcast. So let us quickly take a look at this video. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
In a separate conference on Kanu's trial organized by the concerned citizens of Nigeria and credible leadership support, the convener, Captain Bishop Johnson, also appealed to President Tinubu to consider political solutions.
We are appealing to our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to undo certain unwise decisions of the past and redirect the nation to the path of national reconciliation. One way to begin is to look anew at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and urgently consider the prospects of political solutions.
This issue is not an Igbo issue. It's an issue of Nigeria. It's a national issue. This man, if you meet him one-on-one, the pain is going through.
The groups noted that Tinubu will write his name on the sands of history when he frees Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That is the press briefing, and in case you're just joining us, this is BVI Channel 1 Biafra Discourse. Joining me in this conversation is our brother all the way from Germany, of South Africa, sorry. It's a pleasure to have you, my own brother and comrade. Welcome to the program tonight. You can unmute.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for bringing me to the program, and thank you, the listeners and the fellow Biafrans.
All right. Now, what is your position and the position of the customary, de facto customary government of Biafran people with respect to political solution towards the agitation for self-determination in Nigeria, and in this case, for the Biafran people and other people in Nigeria?
Actually, one of the mistakes that we have made in this agitation in the past is the neglect of participation in political process, which is the purest way of avoiding unnecessary violence, because through political participation, you may have credible people who will be able to speak on behalf of our people from the government position. And besides, all negotiation need a person in politics, starting from the time of Raf was leaked. His release at that time was never possible without a politician getting involved. Subsequently, the first release of Nnamdi Kanu before he was arrested for the second time, his release was never possible if a politician did not get involved. So it happens that it is out of ignorance or nonchalant or I don't care attitude that makes us to, at the first place, avoid political process. And at the end of the day, the same us who avoid political process is benefiting from politics. And to me, I see it as a hypocrite in some aspects, because in all that I've just enumerated at, was really benefited from politics, but he's against politics. Nnamdi Kanu wants to be leader of IPOB. He has also benefited from politics, but he's against politics, you see. So now that if we understand that this has gone in this way, this is how it happened. What we need to do now is to go back to the drawing board and see how we encompass whatever we are doing and allow political process to assist us in the areas where civil disobedience and other initiatives have not worked. I think politics has got a serious role to play when it comes to self-determination or whatever name we choose to call it.
Okay, now apart from just looking forward towards the political class making an advocacy for the agitators, because it seems that now there is a line, a huge line separating the agitators from political class in Nigeria. Does it mean that you can't have the Biafran agitators, Oduduwa agitators, Arewa agitators, or whatever indigenous agitation group themselves and modify or integrate their agitation to the political process, and by say mobilizing people to take over political power in their different regions and use it to pursue their self-determination? Why is it that it is very difficult for agitators to do that?
Actually, it's not difficult. It is the modus operandi of the person or the leaders who are championing this process. Notwithstanding, none of them has ever tried to register a political party and it failed. There was no example of one agitator who tried to register a political party or who tried to recruit people to join a political party and it failed. It has never been tried before. See, so as long as you have not given it a try, you cannot say that it cannot work. Because when we try, then we can see the benefit of it.
All right, outside this, because I can remember, just like you said, the political class, people can't trust Nigerian, an average Nigerian political class. Someone, I just read a comment from one of the videos I published today, where someone mentioned that when I said that it's difficult for me now to campaign for anyone or to ask people to vote for a particular candidate because they have always been a disappointment. Now, back to what we're talking about, the Biafran agitators. their inability for them to organize themselves in a political party. I remember sometime in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, the Biafran agitators adopted a political party. I mean, adopted. They didn't register the political party. They adopted a political party, even to the point that the leader of the political party identified himself as a Biafran and an enthusiast of Biafra, and he will support the Biafran political ideology and integrate same to his political party manifesto. But all of them went south. I was particularly and directly involved in it. It all went south. Now, you are saying that the Biafran people by themselves, like the de facto customary government, would they be contemplating registering a political party and asking the Biafran people to join the party?
Be done. We be the beacon and the foundation of the movement. So whatever that happens, will always have a way of checkmating such a.
Okay. All right. Now, do you know that for you to have a registered political party?
Yeah.
So I was asking if there is possibility for the organization considering bringing in other agitating groups to form a political party, because you cannot really register a political party without meeting up with the requirement of that political party being a national political party, whereby it has to cut across majority of the states in
Nigeria. Yes, because according to how the Constitution of Nigeria stipulates, along the geopolitical to be able to contest the national elections. But nevertheless, there is no. As long as they are sincere in what they want, works for every nationality in Nigeria, and are willing to work with those people.
I think we are losing it. Network problem, but we hope to have it back. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so as we're wrapping it up, because we want this conversation to continue. We want this conversation to continue subsequently, but we want to get your word for the Biafran agitators when it comes to political process, then to other indigenous groups in Nigeria agitating for the same thing. What will you make of it? Because recently you saw what happened where some group of Oduduwa agitators went to take over secretariat. So what's your words?
You can see and those who perpetrate violence in the name of agitation. Sunday Igboho released and Nnamdi Kanu is not released. The recent an announcement to send anyone who cares for this. Quickly, Sunday Igboho distanced himself from that activities. Land you into trouble, and that of proportion that you have any, you have nothing, you are not prepared for anything, you are not ready for anything. You just go and cause violence, you cause death for the people. of our fellow comrades who are embrace peace, because dialogue is the best tool in strong. It's an undeniable last option. You don't fight before you dialogue. You dialogue first. And when dialogue fails and there is no option, that is when you resort to violence. It's only on self-defense that violence and keep blaming people for reprisals, because in every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So I urge fellow agitators to see it as a duty to preserve life instead of wasting life. To authorize the government attacks on innocent citizens. It's not what we like. Lender a lot of people. You understand? So when you look at things like this, you understand the situation of the country. Even in America, things like this do happen. You see Republicans and the Democrats fighting over things you don't even understand. The same weaponization of justice system. In a civilized society like America, you see people crying. How about a society that you know how we are? So advise our people to tread with caution. Let's use our brain more than our strength, and it will help us more.
All right, thank you very much for being part of this program.
Thank you so much, brother.
We will be having you more to speak to our people through this platform to get the message across to our people. And that is exactly what message our people need to get as we speak. Right? So it's a pleasure to have you. Hope to have you more again. All right, that is where we'll be ending the program tonight on Biafra Discourse, and we hope that you've gotten one or two